All right, what's up, everyone out there that might be joining in right now? How we doing tonight? What's up? Oh, yeah, I think CT Coasters was first this time. You guys are always the first ones here, so yeah, good to see you guys tonight. How we doing? Yep. Yeah, I think you're first CT Coasters. Yeah, I believe so. You guys are always first. Don't you guys have anything better to do than to watch Coaster Daddy? uh, all right, well, that's fine. How's quarantine going? Let's see. What are we doing? Playing BO3 and watching what? And what is BO3? I don't know what BO3 is, and I don't know what you're watching. Oh, okay. Yeah, Brewski night. If you're interested in what I have, it's Black Ops 3. Okay, I have this. It's a German beer called Wernzergrüner. Yeah, Wernzergrüner. I actually like this quite a bit. I had to leave the house yesterday for the first time in like a week to do grocery shopping, and I shop at Aldi. Aldi's is a freaking awesome store. And they have this for like, I got a 6-pack for like, this was $6.99, I think. It's actually really good German beer. So I like it. It is good. Yeah. Hello, Johann. How you doing? Sounds almost as German as Gerslauer. I would argue that Wernzergrüner sounds more German than Gerslauer. So, yeah. I mean, look at that name. Look at that. Wernzergrüner even has an accent on it. So, Gerslauer, Wernzergrüner, Wernzergerslauer. drink a Wernzergrüner while you're on a Gerslauer, or drink a Wernzergrüner after you ride a Gerslauer. Whatever floats your boat. Almost as German as Drachenfire. Yeah. So we got more people joining in here. So how's everyone doing tonight? No, things have been crazy. I've just been hanging out at home, for the most part. I actually just got done less than 2 hours ago recording a new, not my podcast, but there's this fairly new podcast, and it's on YouTube. You guys should go check out the channel called Theme Park ERT. Really good channel. They have like 600 some subscribers right now. They started this podcast called The Enthusiast Roundtable. So I actually just recorded an episode with them. And the episode I was on had a guy, Nick from Ace. It also had I'm drawing a blank on his name. It had the two guys from Theme Park ERT. It had the ambassador and Days Can Blaze. And then it had Nick from Ace. I was on there. And Alec, who is in like Coaster Studios and OVC videos sometimes. Yeah. So it was all of us. It was a fun time. So that should be coming out I don't know exactly what day it comes out. I'm thinking like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, but I can't remember for sure. But definitely check out Theme Park ERT, and you guys will be able to watch a podcast that they posted on YouTube. But you guys can listen to that whenever it comes out. It'll be it's pretty fun. So it's not too long. I think it was probably around 50 minutes or so, something like that. Maybe an hour. I should try Leninade. What's Leninade? CT coasters still haven't gotten on a Eurofighter. That gets to me sometimes. Well, I rode the only one I've been on. I rode my two first Gerstlauer coasters actually when I was at Dollywood. So I rode a Eurofighter there. Mystery Mine. It was fun. It was a fun ride. So did a review on that. Go check it out. What do I think of Iron Grazi? What do I think of Iron Gwazi? I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. I mean, what more do we expect? Couldn't expect anything less from an RMC, really. But it does look like it does break the mold a little bit of like the typical RMCs. So it looks a little different, has some newer elements, and it looks amazing. So I think it's going to be one of the best coasters on the planet. So my favorite defunct roller coaster. My favorite defunct roller coaster that I've actually ridden is Big Dipper at Geauga Lake. RIP. Talking Trimless is the best podcast. Talking Trimless is really good. I'm actually going to be on there too. I'm going to record an episode with Zach and Hunter on Wednesday, I think. Right? No. Well, yeah, Wednesday the 8th. So it's not this coming Wednesday, but I'm going to record the episode on the 8th, and then it'll come out, that Saturday. So I believe it'll come out that Saturday anyway. Almost certain. Yeah, Talking Trimless is awesome. I was on an episode of Your Favorite Coaster Sucks, and that one is awesome. There's also Coaster Radio, a new one called Coast to Coaster that is really, really good. So go check that out too. And Your Favorite Coaster Sucks. And listen to the episode with me on it. I was just on about a month ago. So Anthony has a question for me. I'm a big fan of mine train coasters. Why are they either going extinct or theme parks are tearing them down? To those type of coasters not make a ton of money in residuals? Well, the mine train coasters are they're originally made by Arrow. A lot of them are very old, very, very old rides for the most part. And they're just not that popular anymore either. So it's a combination of they're old, they're not that popular anymore. They need to make way for new things. They're for the most part, I mean, well, in general, mine trains just aren't that exciting compared to other models. As good as some of them are, I love Adventure Express. I think Thunderation looks amazing. But they're not the most exciting things, and most of them are older at this point, like at least like well over 30 years old now. So some of the newer Arrow ones are pushing 30 years old. So like Adventure Express at Kings Island, which is a really good ride. What do I think the new coaster will be at Six Flags Fiesta Texas? I have no idea. I could see them maybe putting First Access coaster there because they like to do they like to try new things at that park for Six Flags. Six Flags likes to test things out at Fiesta Texas, it seems like. So yes, I like Mystery Mine. Mystery Mine's a fun ride, I thought. I mean, there was a little bit of headbanging, but it wasn't terrible. I love that ride. I mean, I thought it was really fun. So very very nicely done theming as well. So one of the best themed coasters that I've personally ridden. So do I think a RMC Raptor with a long layout could beat Steel Vengeance? Possibly. We haven't seen anything like that yet, so I don't know. Iron Quasi. Do I think Viper at Six Flags Magic Mountain should stay? I've heard mostly negative things about it. I think it looks really good. I don't know how it actually feels though. I'd have to ride it and see. I would like for it to stay and for them to continue to put a lot of care into it because that's like the only Aero Mega Looper left. Um, there's other like a couple large scale custom loopers out there as well, but that's the only of the Aero Mega Loopers left. So I would like for it to stay. I would like to get to ride it at some point. So very true, Tim. I neglected to mention that. There are plenty of companies that have their own version of the mine trains that are still being built. I don't think they're being built a whole lot. I don't think they're like super popular, but yeah, like Vacoma has one. Vacoma is building a brand new one for Energylandia for next year, actually. So we'll see how that is. Energylandia at it again. So 2 new coasters next year for them. Well, there was supposed to be anyway. So um, Anthony says, I'm kind of surprised that Rocky Mountain Construction doesn't have those type of coasters over meaning mine trains because I think they would be most successful of all the major coaster construction. Yeah. I suppose they could. I don't know. I don't know if that would really do anything for RMC. I mean, it'd be cool to see what they could do with their mine train variant. Maybe it would have inversions. I don't know. Daredevil dive at Six Flags Over Georgia is amazing. That's what Chaos says. I think it looks pretty fun. Yeah, I think it looks pretty fun. Pretty I've heard quite a few negative things about it though, that it's mediocre or just a bad ride, and I hear it's down a lot. So a lot of people seem to think that's actually going to go next at Six Flags Over Georgia. Um, I got a lot of comments about that in the video that I did for Six Flags coaster removals. So Coaster Nerds says Viper is awesome. Looks like an awesome ride. Um, Daredevil Dive was boring. Patrick Cadiz says. Okay. I mean, I do think it looks like, as far as how it looks, I think it looks pretty fun. It doesn't look spectacular. I would have to ride it and see how it is. I think I would like Mystery Mine better though. I did enjoy Mystery Mine. You saw a funny video on YouTube. Someone did an RMC Woodstock Express. I'll have to check that out. Okay, CT Coasters has a good question for me. Different than, it's not a coaster question. It's actually a good question here. CT Coasters says, is an actual microphone worth the money, or am I better off not spending and sticking with the mic on my earbuds or for YouTube content? First of all, do not use the mic on your earbuds. That is like the worst mic you could get. My first 2 videos I did with my laptop microphone, they sound like beep. They sound awful. Definitely invest. You can I can actually suggest ones to you too, like microphones that are really cheap where you're not going to have to spend a lot of money, but they'll be worth, like, the microphone that I used before my friend got me this awesome microphone right here, which is like a really expensive microphone. Um Before my friend got me this as a birthday and Christmas present, I was using a $15 USB lavalier mic. It's like one that like clips, you can clip it on your shirt, like right here, and it'll pick up the sound really well. And it's a USB one. And I spent like $15 for it. So you can spend anywhere from like $15 to $20 or so for those online. And they're really good, actually, for the price range. Those are really good, cheap microphones. Definitely get a microphone though. Do not use earbuds. Those are like, earbud mics are the worst microphones that you could possibly use. So yeah, ouch. Nobody's going to listen to that. Nobody's going to watch your videos if you're using that. I'm sorry. Anthony says, what is your prediction for the coaster that they have in the mock-up for Epic Universe, the new Universal theme park in Orlando? My prediction, I have no idea. I only know things from speculation I've heard from people that are much more knowledgeable on Universal parks than I am. I'm not like the Universal and Disney guy. I don't know a lot about those parks. Um, Seems like it'll be pretty cool from what I'm hearing, but I don't have any ideas as to what I think it may be, if that's what you're asking. I don't have any theories. So Chaos had no problem with Daredevil Dive. It did not break down the day I was there. That's good because a lot of people have a totally different experience, it seems like. So CT Coaster says, thanks so much. I'll probably get one. Definitely get one. Definitely get one. Not probably. Do not use that earbud microphone. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, invest a little bit of money. Pretty much anything is going to be better than like a laptop or earbud microphone. So, that, like I said, that one I got was like $15. And Tim K said, Coaster Daddy 2000 sub giveaway, his first mic. Well, my first mic technically is that Lenovo laptop microphone. I'm not giving that away. So, CT coasters, let me know if you would like the info, like for a specific, if you want any specific advice on what exactly you should get, message me on Instagram or something like that. Like shoot me a message on Instagram or on my Facebook page, my Coaster Daddy Facebook page. Send me a message and I can like send you links and give you advice on what exactly you should get if you're serious about it. So, okay, Patrick says of Daredevil Dive, I found it kind of uncomfortable and short, decent though, good first drop, 6 out of 10. See, I feel like if I wrote it, I would probably give it like a 6 out of 10. That's how I feel about it. Like when I look at it, watch videos and stuff, I feel like it's a generally pretty good ride, but nothing great. So I feel like I would probably say like a 6 out of 10 if I actually wrote it. Um, Okay, Kurt Coaster Nerds here says, I started a channel 2 weeks ago and bought a $30 mic with stand. And how is that microphone? Can I ask which mic it is exactly? I like talking about this stuff. So, all right, Chaos says, I like the lap bars over Mystery Mind's restraints. Yes, it is short, but it packs a lot of fun elements. It does look fun. Like I said, it does look like a fun ride. And when I say fun, I mean like 6 out of 10, like pretty good ride, lots of fun. So, all right, CT Coasters. Yeah, just shoot me that message if you're interested. So, okay. Oh, Coaster Nerd says it's the newer. I don't even. I've never known how to say that, but I've seen those before. I've watched like demonstration videos of those, and those sound really good for the price. I know like they're not the most solidly built things, but they're really good budget microphones. So yeah, those newer like the NW700s or whatever. I don't know the exact models that I watch, but I watched demonstrations of newer mics, and they sounded really good. Have I been to Six Flags Great America? No. I was hoping to maybe go this year, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. Do I think Intamin will build another prefab? I would like for them to, but I don't think it's going to happen. Um, Last one we seen was El Toro all the way back in 2006. 14 years ago at this point. I don't think any more are being built. Coaster Daddy new video, drinking coffee ASMR. I'll think about that. It could sound pretty good with this. Let's see how this sounds. How's that sound? Bruv. What's up, bruv? I'm sorry. Do I love being a YouTube? I love being a YouTube. Yeah, I am YouTube. I think you meant to say YouTuber. Okay, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. I'm not on YouTube to be a quote unquote YouTuber. Like, I'm passionate about coasters. I got on here because I enjoy coasters and I wanted to talk about them. So I don't like get caught up in like the whole like, oh my gosh, I'm a YouTuber. I'm just on here, for fun to talk to discuss coasters. And that's the main reason I do this is for fun. So do I think T Express could be better than El Toro? I absolutely think it has a shot. I think T Express gets overlooked a lot just because of where it's at. Not a lot of enthusiasts are able to get out there. But I think El Toro, I think T Express does have a shot at being better than El Toro. I think El Toro is much more short and to the point though, which I kind of like. It seems like maybe it has a little bit better pacing, but you know, you look at pictures of T Express, that thing is massive. And I know El Toro has a bigger drop technically, but oh my gosh, like um T Express is huge. Like that is I mean, as far as height goes, it's one of the tallest wooden coasters out there. So let's see, it's 183 feet tall. So it's massive. The drop is 150 feet, so it still does have one of the biggest drops for a wooden coaster, and it has a 77-degree drop. I mean, it looks amazing. Yeah, it is. It's a long ride too. Like 5,000 something. What is it? 5,383 feet long. That is huge. So it's a huge wooden coaster. It actually. Okay, I misspoke earlier. T Express is actually the newest prefab that opened in 2008. So it's been 12 years since the last one, but what I said still stands. I don't think we're gonna see another one. So, but now that I'm looking at it again, I think T Express actually could be the best prefab. I think maybe it would be better than El Toro. It's insane because it has that ridiculous first drop, a huge camelback after that. It goes into a really steep bank turn up into another hill, and then you turn into like the mid course. And then after the mid course, you go down another huge drop. And then it's like this like super tight, like weaving like back and forth where you're basically just going through hill, turn, kind of like Balder. It's like, so T Express starts out like El Toro, but then after the mid course, it's like Balder. It's really interesting. So, really cool looking ride for sure. Hopefully they can hopefully all these parks that have the prefabs can continue to maintain them. I know that was an issue with the very first prefab, Colossus. It closed for like 3 years. And the park was trying to figure out what they wanted to do with it because those Intamin prefabs, one of the great things about them is even though they're obviously so expensive because they're made by Intamin, they come with the advantage of not having to do as much maintenance as a traditional wooden coaster. Um, so they go for like a really long time without having to do like tons of maintenance to them. But then it seems like once it does get to that point where work needs done, it's like really bad by that point, and a lot of work needs done, and they have to spend all this money to get the track replaced because it's Intamin prefab track. It's not traditional wooden coaster track. So I know with like Colossus at Hyde Park, it was closed for 3 years. They ultimately did decide to refurbish it and reopen it. But I think I heard, I don't know how true this is, but somebody told me that they spent like something in the neighborhood of like 15 or 16 million dollars just to refurb that ride. So they basically they spent they they paid the price of like a whole brand new coaster basically to fix Colossus up to get it back open. So even though those Intamin prefabs, they're great for 15, 20 years because they don't need all this extra maintenance done to them. It seems like once they do get to that point where they need that work done, you're spending a ton of money. You're looking at like you're looking at like a huge new RMC, like you could spend the money it takes to fix it up and get like a huge RMC for that money. So 10 out of 10 speech. Thank you. You lost 6 seconds after your live stream. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing. That's not funny, but that's crazy. Yeah, I don't get why it fluctuates so much. I mean, I know you're talking about like people trolling and stuff, but is there really that many people trolling you? I don't know. Coaster Nerd says, "Can you tell me how my audio sounds in my videos? I have no idea how they sound outside of my house." Okay, let me look you up. I'll tell you how your audio sounds right now. I'll just listen to a little snippet. So, Coaster Nerds. Let's check it out. Let's see. Here's your newest video. Will the perfect coaster ever be built? Let's check it out.
Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to ask the question, will the perfect coaster ever be built? The short answer is no, but here's why. The perfect coaster will never...
Okay, yeah, so Coaster Nerds. I would say your audio sounds pretty good. I noticed like a tiny, tiny bit, maybe the slightest crackle in the background, but it's really not bad. It sounds good. Very good. So keep up the good work. Do I only have one monitor? One what? Do I only have one monitor? Okay. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Balder on steroids. Yeah. T Express is basically, well, the thing is, like, it's huge and it has a gigantic drop and everything, but it has that second 3/4 basically. That's like just as tight and compact as Balder is. So yeah, it's like it's Balder, but it has a huge drop. I don't know. It's pretty insane. Intamin should have designed Son of Beast. Absolutely. Absolutely. Paramount would have never spent that much on something, though. They were all about those cheap filler coasters, and Cedar Fair has done a great job turning those parks around because, yeah, Paramount was all about the cheap filler coasters, and some of those parks really suffered because of that. So, as far as coaster lineup goes, anyway. I think they should RMC American Eagle. Short answer, yes. But I think I would rather have GCI retrack it, maybe. I would love to ride it as a wooden coaster. So Anthony says, question. What is your prediction for the coaster they have in the mock? Oh, I already answered that. Gary T says first half T Express is good. Then you have mid-course brake run. This is when Toro shines with its rolling thunder hill. Okay, good input. Good input. Thank you for that. I do think that T Express, I've seen POVs. I think T Express, it looks way too repetitive. I'm sure it has awesome airtime, but once you get into like that section after the mid course, it's it's turn, hill, turn, hill, turn, hill, turn, like for like it seems like eternity before you get to the brakes. So, you know, very repetitive. Just Chaos brings up a good point. He says, I don't think Six Flags has the money to RMC the American Eagle. American Eagle is huge. It is a really gigantic ride. I've also been told by many people that there's regulations that were passed after American Eagle was built where they can't do construction on that site anymore. So that could potentially rule out RMC doing their magic on that ride. But as he said, I think honestly it probably would be too much money for Six Flags because each track, there's 2 tracks, and each one is over 5,000 feet long. I mean, that's ridiculous. So I don't even know if Cedar Fair would, spend the money to have that RMC. So I'm sure SeaWorld would because they're nuts though. So yeah, especially not after the pandemic. Absolutely. It happened on my old channel. It wasn't as bad though, which is interesting. Maybe because of more active viewers. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. See, Tim K said it sounded good too, even through my live stream. So okay, Anthony, to re-answer your question, because you said your internet got disconnected. Basically I said I have no idea because I don't know a lot about Universal and Disney. That was the short version of my answer. So I don't really know. What do I think they should replace the American Eagle with? Well, like I said, it sounds like they can't build anything on that site because of regulations. I think it should just be given a GCI refurbishment and have them slap some Millennium Flyer trains on there. That'd be amazing. So yes, it was going to be RMC'd before RMC suggested building Goliath. Yes. As far as we know, that is true. So oh, Tim K brought up a good point. He like he said, SeaWorld wouldn't even do both sides of Quasi. That's true, yeah. And so there was some budget constraint there. So maybe they wouldn't do American Eagle. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Iron Gwazi is even though that's technically a conversion, that's basically almost completely a new ground up ride. I mean, they've only used like 25% of the structure, I think, of the one side's worth of Gwazi. They really did not use a lot of what was already there. So you might as well consider, Iron Gwazi almost a ground up. I mean, that's basically what it is, to be honest. So, I mean, the whole lift hill, that whole lift hill is completely new. So, can I do a series of the defunct roller coasters? What do you mean defunct roller coasters? Like history of defunct coasters, or what exactly would you like to hear me talk about? Sounds kind of interesting, depending on what you want to see. How do I feel about Orion being postponed until May? Everything's postponed right now, so I mean, it just sucks. CT Coaster says you should make a video on Freestyle Amusement Park / Hard Rock Park and how it was only open for 2 seasons. I think it's really interesting. Yeah, back when I was originally an enthusiast, I was watching the construction of that like online, and I always thought that park was so fascinating, and it really bums me out that it only lasted for 2 seasons. That's really depressing. I think it looked like such an awesome park, to be honest. It had a lot of potential. Really did have a lot of potential. So yeah, 2008 and 2009 it was open, and it changed hands and it still failed, and yeah, it wasn't good. It was around the recession, which is one of the reasons it didn't do well. I mean, there was a lot of other factors that played into it. It wasn't just that. But it was also around the time of it was during the recession, like when it opened. So excuse me. The history of defunct roller coasters. Okay. I can think about doing that. I'll think about it. To be honest, I feel like I just always felt like, as far as like history stuff, I've thought about doing stuff like that. But I feel like there's a lot of other channels that cover history of rides that probably do a lot better of a job than I would do, to be completely honest. Um, so I don't know. I'll think about it and I'll see what I can do maybe at some point. So how's my day been? Pretty good. Pretty good. Um, I worked on a video and uploaded that earlier today. I recorded that podcast I was telling you guys about, did dishes, hanging out around the house, so Anthony says, what is your prediction for the next roller coaster to become extinct? Do you think it's going to be pure wooden coasters? I don't think wooden coasters are going to become extinct. They're certainly becoming more rare because there's only around 180 of them operating in the world, which is nuts. I really do love wooden coasters a lot. And they're going to continue to be built, although they're not built at nearly the rapid pace of steel coasters for obvious reasons, I think. But, I think wood coasters will continue to serve, a certain market, and they're going to still be built. Just not as frequently, obviously. I mean, that's how it's been for a long time. So we're going to lose some really classic ones. We're going to gain a few more. I mean, you know. So do you like jazz? I have enjoyed jazz moderately from time to time. I don't really listen to it though. What roller coaster do I think will come to Cedar Point next? Good question. I'll have to make a video about that. I have made videos talking about that before, I believe. So, most intense coaster element of all time. I mean, that first turn on I-305 is ridiculous. I mean, that's really intense. I've heard a lot about that first drop on the coaster at Gold Reef City, whatever that's called, that, the one that's supposedly made by Giovanola, but nobody actually knows for sure. I guess one of those, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the launch on Dodonpa. That's really intense. So maybe that. Maybe I'll go with the launch on Dodonpa. I mean, 0 to 112 miles per hour in less than 2 seconds. That is nuts. 1.6 seconds. That's ridiculous. Do I like Airtime Thrills? Of course. I've talked about him a lot. Love Airtime Thrills. Yeah. One of the first coaster channels I really got into, so I've been watching him since he had like 4 videos and maybe like 200 subscribers or something like that. So Cyberfox, good to see you here. And you say, remnants of past coasters and rides that are still around. That's what I plan to vlog once the virus calms down a bit. Oh, okay, cool. I'm looking forward to checking that out. So looking forward to it. Anthony says, do you think the pure wooden coasters are eventually going to be replaced by hybrid wooden coasters in the next few years with theme parks that have them? No, they're still going to be wood coasters, classic wooden coasters around. Yeah. What about that wave turn on your GTX? That was pretty dope right there. Pretty awesome. You should do a guess that roller coaster live stream. All right, I'll think about it. That sounds kind of fun. So maybe I'll do that in my like Coaster Cafe live stream or something like that. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I have a really hard time coming up with good trivia questions. So I could even use that to maybe replace trivia at some points. Not all the time, because I know everybody loves the trivia, but just an idea. That's a good idea. Thank you for that suggestion, actually. Check out Max Thrills. I believe I have watched him before. So, all right. Yeah, no spamming, please. A couple people just got themselves blocked, so or put on timeout. No spamming. Oh, he inspired you to make a channel. Okay, cool. Nice, nice. Anthony says, have you ever thought of using stream yards and having live guests from your live chat talk to you? I mean, I have not seriously considered it. I've thought about it. I haven't really seriously considered it though. It'd be kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about that some more. So, Cyberfox, that's absolutely true. The Beast will reign forever. And you know what? I'm happy about that because I actually love the Beast. So, um, it gets a lot of hate from enthusiasts nowadays because apparently, like, I think it's a really wild ride. Like, even in the day, I love the Beast. So, what if you played a distorted bass? It would sound awesome because distorted bass actually sounds really good. So, will I ever listen? Listen, will I ever listen to Hagu Stem Meshuggah? Eh, I mean, not the biggest fan of them. I like more melodic stuff. So, will I ever make park streams like vlogs? Maybe. I don't know. When I go to parks, I like just enjoying my time there instead of having to worry about like, oh, I got to make content. I got to do this. I got to make stuff for people to watch. I like to enjoy myself while I'm at parks. And that's the main reason I've never done vlogs really before. So, but when I go to Cedar Point or something, I might like every now and then just for fun, like be like, oh, I'm at Cedar Point, walking around. I don't know. Could be a cool way to pass some time in busy lines or whatever. I don't know. If I go to Europe, will I go to Bonbon Land? Maybe. I mean, I don't know when or if I'll ever get to Europe, but let me look at Bon. I know I've seen the park before, but I'm gonna look it up and is that the one with the dog fart coaster? Wait, it is, isn't it? Is Bonbon Land? Is that with the dog fart coaster? It is. Well, yeah. Now I do want to go there. Of course, ride the dog fart coaster. Absolutely. Um, what wooden coaster do I think should be RMC'd soon? What's your favorite manufacturer? I did a video about what coasters I think could potentially be RMC'd. I would go check that out. Too complicated to answer, to be honest. My favorite manufacturer, no idea, because I think for me, it's not really possible for me to choose a necessarily favorite manufacturer because so many of them do certain things so well, that I feel like it's hard to really compare them. It's like apples and oranges. So from a sentimental standpoint, I would say Intamin, but um I don't know. Intamin, RMC, B&M, those are all great manufacturers, obviously. So I don't know. They all do different things really well. When you have a chance, I recommend you watch a YouTube channel called Yesterworld. I have watched Yesterworld. I do watch that. It's a really good channel. Talks about defunct rides and current resident were influenced by those rights and theme parks. Okay, Cyberfox says he loves the Beast. It's a blast, though it's rougher when hot. Okay. I never really had a really rough ride on it. I mean, it was kind of rough, like I feel like a wooden coaster should be to make it kind of wild, but I didn't think it was like rough, like painful or anything like that. So the roughest part's that intense helix at the end, that huge helix there. Who is the free spin lover? I don't know. I like Crab says I gotta say RMC for his favorite manufacturer. Okay, yeah, good choice. Oh, I watch GP2 Enthusiast all the time. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, his videos are great. So can't let go.
Well,
All right. Do I like the Boss? I've never been on it, but I think it looks awesome. I mentioned it in my bucket list coaster video, so that gives you an idea of how much I want to ride it, actually. It was an honorable mention. Six Flags or Cedar Fair? I'm going to have to go Cedar Fair, but I'm really very biased because I've never been to a Six Flags park. So overall, though, I like how Cedar Fair runs things a lot better. So Phantom Coasters is good. Yes, Phantom Coasters is awesome. Go check out Phantom Coasters, The Coaster Josh, and Zero Credits Remaining. Those are some of my absolute favorite small channels right now. Really, really small channels. Go check all those out for sure. Wait, so far it's June 1st for CP and Kings Island opening day? Where'd you hear this at? Where'd you hear June? Because last I heard, they were still saying they were hoping to open in mid-May at some point or soon thereafter. So did they officially say that? June? I mean, it very well could be June or even later, but do I think Batman clones or Batman mirrored clones are better? I don't know. I haven't been on either one, so ZCR? What is ZCR? Okay, Anthony says, I'm not a roller coaster enthusiast like yourself. Can you recommend me your top wooden, steel, or hybrid coasters in North America that I can ride? Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of them. Steel Vengeance, El Toro, Sky Rush, Millennium Force, Diamondback, Phantom's Revenge, X2. The list is endless. I mean, I could go on and on, honestly. Start with those ones, I guess. Just look up Hershey Park. Look up Hershey Park, Cedar Point, Six Flags Magic Mountain, Six Flags Great America, Six Flags Great Adventure, King's Dominion, King's Island. Look up all those places, read up on them, watch coaster reviews. I have tons of coaster reviews on my channel if you want to hear my thoughts on them. I mean, I can't just sit here listing off all the good rides because we'd be here all day. So most intense coaster I've ridden, I-305, no doubt. No doubt about that. Wait, on their apps it says June? Wait, I got to check this out. I have Cedar Point's app. Let me check this out. I got to see this for myself. What hypercoaster has the best trains? I love the B&M trains. I've only experienced the B&M Hypers with staggered seating trains. Although Fury is technically a hyper model, and that has the 4 cross seats, so I have experienced that. So I have experienced that seating on a hyper model. So basically the same thing. B&M clamshells. Chaos says, Brandon's calling me right now. Should we answer it? Is he in here? Is he in here? He is not. I'll have to text him back. He likes to interrupt my live streams, so. Okay, Chaos says, my opinion, Maverick is better than Steel Vengeance. That's just the type of coaster I like. Absolutely, that's fine. There are other people that think the same thing. So Maverick is amazing. It's my second favorite ride in the park. So Anthony says, what is your most intense... Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Is it gone? Okay, what is your most intense wooden coasters that I've ridden? Being that you ride coasters a lot. Well, the most intense wooden coaster I've been on is Voyage at Holiday World. That is just balls to the wall. It's intense. And Ravine Flyer 2 at Waldemere, Thunderhead at Dollywood, Lightning Rod at Dollywood. Yeah, those are the most intense wood coasters I've been on for sure. All right, let's check the Cedar Point app out because I'm really curious about this. Where's the statement at? Do I think Steel Vengeance is as good as they hype it up to be? Abso-freaking-lutely. It is everything that you hear about it. You just cannot, words can't describe that ride, to be honest. You just have to get on it and experience it. For me, it's not even close. Like, you know, well, my number 2 is kind of close to it, I guess, now, but for me, it's no question at all. Steel Vengeance is absolutely the best ride out there. So okay, I do see on here they have June 7th scheduled for 10 to 8, then June 14th for 10 to 10. Okay, that's it, but they only have like 1 day per week. Oh wait, no they don't. Wait. I'm looking at it wrong apparently. Yeah, it's closed. They have it closed all of May, and then they have it scheduled to open on June 1st. Yeah, June 1st. Monday, June 1st. So they have the opening scheduled for a Monday. That is weird. Huh. I wonder if they've made an announcement about that, or if they just have it set up like that on the app for some reason. I don't know. Because they're not sure about May yet. I don't know. What if there's a Chance Rides Giga GTX? That'd be amazing. It'd be the same thing as Hyper GTX, though, I'm sure. Maybe just like possibly 200 feet tall, which then it would be a hyper coaster. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that ringtone. No dabbing in this live stream. Boardwalk Bullet looks amazing. What if Kentucky Kingdom got a Giga launch coaster? That'd be amazing. Ed Hart does not like launch coasters, though. So, and I'd rather have a Giga with a just with a lift, I think, just a chain lift. So, Anthony lives in Florida. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I see that, Cyberfox. The first available day is June 1st. That's interesting. Like I said, I wonder if they're gonna make an announcement about that or something. Do I see a new generation Vekoma coming to Kentucky Kingdom in the future? Um, I think out of all the parks in North America, that's actually a really good bet to say that Kentucky Kingdom may get one in the future. Yeah, so I could see it happening. I don't know, anything could happen, but why do you think people here are asking so many questions at once? Because they all want to know, man. They all want to know these answers. I don't have all the answers, but yeah, I'll try. Um, what roller coaster would I like better, King Dakar or Top Thrill Dragster? I've only been on Top Thrill Dragster, but I've heard it's much better than King Dakar because apparently King Dakar is really bumpy and it has over the shoulder restraints. So I'm sure I would like Top Thrill better. Giga can't go to Kentucky Kingdom because of the height limit. Okay, I didn't know that. They wouldn't build one anyway. So, um, launch. I mean, yeah, launch Giga sounds cool, but that launch technology is just like so expensive, and I feel like that would just eat into the budget of what they could use to make an awesome full length Giga, and the Gigas are awesome. So, yeah, it's kind of my rationale with that. What if every coaster, even kitties, had shoulder strengths? That'd be awful. What do I think of the word yeet and dabbing? They're really annoying, to be honest. Apparently people like to comment that in my live streams for some reason, but yeah, those are pretty annoying. Thanks for asking that. Um, Rings of Earth only did King to Con. It was a good ride, but my problems with it was short and the over the shoulder restraints. Yeah, those over the shoulder restraints are just New Jersey law is just really strict with amusement parks. I think because of all the accidents that have happened there in the past, like the Haunted Mansion fire at the same park that the park tries to cover up. But or they don't acknowledge it anyway. Um yeah, Cyberfox's home park is Michigan's Adventure, which is why I go to Cedar Point and Kings Island. Yeah, I've talked to a lot of people that live in Michigan, and they live closer to Michigan's Adventure, but they're always like, I just drive to Cedar Point because they're like, I have never even been to Michigan's Adventure. That's awful. I think Michigan's Adventure looks like a fun little park. I think it looks like really well run and very well kept up. It's just they don't get any investment, which is really sad. So I have not been to Busch Gardens Tampa, so I can't rank their coasters. Uh, do I know Cannibal Corpse? Of course. I own a couple of their albums actually. So not the biggest fan of them. I'm not a huge fan of straight up death metal. I prefer like melodic death metal or anything more melodic. So uh, yeah, exactly. King Kai and Zumanjaro can't run at the same time. Absolutely. Very strict in that state for amusement park laws. Um, if I could travel anywhere, where would I travel and why? I would travel to if I could just like go to one because I would want to go to an amusement park. If I could go to like one amusement park, I'm gonna say Port Aventura. I think Port Aventura looks like a really good park with some awesome coasters. So there's actually a couple parks there, because they have the Ferrari World and then Port Aventura. So what if you sat in over shoulder restraints while sitting in the chair you're currently sitting in? It'd be very uncomfortable, I must say. Over the shoulder restraints would be very uncomfortable sitting here. Want to go to Cedar Point so bad, same. Uh, Cyberfox says Michigan's Adventure has a good water park and 3 good coasters. All right, in your opinion, what are the 3 good coasters at Michigan's Adventure? I know Shivering Timbers is going to be one of them, but what are the 3 good coasters at Michigan's Adventure? I'm curious as to what you think. So, top 3 bucket list coasters. Supposed to be knocking all of them out this year. I don't know if it's going to happen though. It's El Toro, Skyrush, and Phoenix. Go watch a video I did in the past about my top 10 bucket list coasters. I've knocked out one of those being Lightning Rod, but you can pretty much just slide all of them up one spot after the number 3rd spot where Lightning Rod was. So my coaster count 96. Besides Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney, is there any other roller coasters around the world that are based around musical groups or rock bands that you know of? Not that I know of. There used to be at Hard Rock Park, but not anymore. So, what if Shambhala was a Strata? Oh, that'd be amazing. Michigan's Adventure is designed for families. This is Tim K saying this. They know if you can drive, you're going to CP. That's why they don't try to compete with Cedar Point. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely the reason that park does not get invested in. It's just not in a good place. There's no point really business wise for them to invest in that park. So it's just going to continue to get neglected. I mean, eventually they're going to have to add something somewhat big there. It's going to have to happen eventually. But whenever it does happen, it's probably just going to be like another hand me down or something like that. So, okay, Cyberfox likes Shivering Timbers, Wolverine Wildcat, and Thunderhawk. Okay. I'm actually genuinely really curious about Thunderhawk. I didn't ride it the many times I went to Geauga Lake. But I've heard that it's like one of the best SLCs out there and that it's actually pretty good, which I'm glad it's good because Michigan's Adventure, they need a signature thrill ride like that. So I think it's good for that park, as long as it's a good ride. So as long as it's smooth and everything. What theme park do I think is overlooked? There's so many of them, I feel like. I don't know. Lagoon, maybe. Knoebels. I mean, those are well liked in the community, though. Waldemere, I think Waldemere is a little underrated. Love Waldemere. So, Phoenix doesn't look that good, to be honest. Well, if you watch a POV of it, it's like it looks pretty generic. It has a very basic layout, but it has the buzz bars, which gives you insane ejector air at the end, apparently. So, is it Chaos says, is it just me, or when you watch Coaster Through the Clouds, does it look like a Giga on the POV? It does look like a Giga because it's huge. It's like over 250 feet tall. It's massive. So looks like an awesome ride. I think it's underrated looking. So Cyberfox says Thunderhawk is smooth and not a headbanger. That is great to hear, honestly. That's great to hear. Because I feel like the SLCs probably are good rides, as long as they're smooth. So, because I've heard I haven't ridden one yet myself, but I've heard they're pretty intense. They actually have really good layouts. So, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Some over-the-shoulder restraints are comfortable, like CT Coaster said. Some of them are comfortable. Like the soft ones on like Intimidator 305 and Maverick. Those are comfortable. So, Other than YouTube, what have I been doing all this time? Stuff around the house, watching YouTube videos, play guitar a tiny bit. I've watched TV a little bit. That's about it basically. So mostly YouTube related stuff though. Like producing. You guys have seen I've been doing tons of videos. I've mostly been working on videos, so and doing these live streams. So I hope you guys are enjoying them. Rings of Earth says people say super duper looper at Hershey Park. The loop isn't that forceful. It wasn't that forceful for me, but one of my friends said it was an intense loop. Well, you see how intense it is when you go. Well, of course, yeah, I'll ride it for sure. So if I get to go there, what if King Ka had a loop? That'd be insane. It'd have to be like 350 feet tall. And it only has lap bar. Yeah, exactly. It's great. Though I like how a lot of those Schwarzkopfs do have lap bars. So Coaster Nerd says, "What's the coaster in your background, and is that a rug?" Good question. I think the coaster on here looks very obviously based on. I mean, obviously it's an aerodynamics corkscrew model that is shown. It looks like whoever made this probably was looking at a picture of corkscrew at Cedar Point, because everything, the front of the car, the colors and everything are just exactly on point with corkscrew at Cedar Point. But this is actually a I'll show you here. It's like a throw blanket, and I got it for Christmas like a long, long, long time ago, and it's always just sat around, and I never did anything with it. Then when I started doing this, I'm like, you know what? That'd be an awesome backdrop for some of my videos I do. Better than looking at all the junk sitting behind here. So, because there's all kinds of junk back there. So, yeah. But I got it for Christmas probably like back when I was originally an enthusiast, probably like 2007 or something like that. I got it for Christmas a long time ago. Um, Coaster trivia: what are Super Duper Loopers trains made by which manufacturer? I mean, the coaster is a Schwarzkopf. I thought they were just Schwarzkopf trains. I don't know. Intamin? Did Intamin make them? I don't know. Uh, Anthony, rank your top roller coasters based around animals, based on quality of the ride, speed, and good customer. I don't really understand exactly what you're asking. I mean, some of my favorites are Steel Vengeance, Steel Vengeance, Phantom's Revenge, Diamondback, Mystic Timbers. Those are just a few examples. You can go watch a top 15 roller coaster video that I did. I would just go watch that. Just go watch my top 15 personal favorite roller coasters I did back in December. That's a lot easier to do than having, yeah, those are my favorite coasters. So it's changed a tiny bit because I've went to one park since then, but I'm glad you like them. Thank you, Coaster Nerds. Yeah, I don't have a problem with the Intamin soft restraints. I've never experienced the ones on the Raptors, but I do think they're kind of unnecessary, but I don't really have a problem with them either. You should get a custom rug with your logo. That actually sounds really cool. That'd be awesome. I'm sure it'd be a lot of money too, but that sounds pretty cool. For right now, though, I'm fine with this. This is, pretty cool, modest, very fitting for what I talk about. So, my most favorite coaster, go watch my top 15 roller coaster video, and you can find out. uh, okay, let's not spam. You know who you are. Enough spamming in here. I already had to put you on timeout once. Now that you're out, don't make me completely remove you because I will. So, yeah, it's just not fun for anybody. So I don't want to have to ban you, but I will. I've done it before. Yeah. Okay, so Super Duper Looper trains are made by Gerstlauer. They were put on in 2012. What? Wait, let me look this up. Let me see these trains, okay? I thought they were just like the classic I thought they were just the classic Schwarzkopf trains. Huh. I don't see anything about the trains on RCDB. Okay, they do have some new trains on there, but there's not good pictures of them. Let me look up. Let's see. Super Duper Looper. See pictures of these because I gotta see this. Oh, those trains look really nice. Wow. Those are really nice looking trains. I did not know they put those new trains on there. I've only ever seen pictures, I think, with like the classic Schwarzkopf trains. And if I did see pictures with the new ones, I probably didn't notice because at first glance, they don't really look that much different. So, okay. We are done in here. Hidden. All right. What if I drunk your coffee? I might come after you, bro. So, Anthony says, if I make you angry with me asking so many questions I can watch videos on, I'm sorry. I just recently started watching your channel. I haven't been able to. Oh, no, that was not directed at you whatsoever. No, I appreciate it. I know you have lots of questions, and, I appreciate you coming here and joining us. There was somebody else that was spamming the live chat with stupid nonsense, to be quite frank. So, no, that was not directed at you whatsoever. This live stream is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Looping Thrills. Well, it's probably going to end soon, so you got to show up earlier, man. You got to show up earlier. Intamin Soft Straps. Rings of Earth says the ones I've ridden with those were I-305, Stormrunner, and Fahrenheit. Never had a problem with them. Same. I've ridden Maverick and I-305. I don't have a problem with them. I've ridden Maverick with the hard ones too, and honestly, the hard ones I didn't think were even that bad. I mean, I much prefer the soft ones, but corkscrew. I'm not going to explain the story again. Coaster Nerd said I wanted to do top 10, but I only have 43 credits. And there would be 3 coasters for each park I've been to. It'd be cool still to hear your favorites. Maybe just do like a top 5, or who cares? Even just do a top 10. In December of 2018, when I only had 56 credits, I did a top 10, and it was tons of Cedar Point coasters, basically. It was just like Cedar Point, Kennywood, and Holiday World, I think, basically. And, it's people still watched it and stuff. So, next park I want to go to, Six Flags Great Adventure. That's supposed to be the next park I'm going to, so I can ride my number 1 bucket list coaster. We'll see if that happens. I would love to go Cedar Point though, or Kings Island and ride Orion. I was supposed to be going to Orion, April 11th on the original opening day, and that's not happening. But 50th credit was Steve. Awesome. Rings of Earth says, did you see a guy that spams on your chat with, do you like Toyota Camrys? Yes, I did. I had to remove him. So, very annoying. Hey, no problem, Coaster Nerds. No problem. I'll check it out whenever you make that, if you make it. And I'll just check out your other videos in general, because that one sounded pretty good. So, What if I was a roller coaster? I don't know. What are my opinions on reverse launch coasters that have the drop spike on them? They look awesome. I think they look great. Obviously, I've never been on one, but they look fantastic. Okay, thanks, CT Coasters. I appreciate you being here. Good seeing you. So it's been real. What coaster has the sharpest airtime hill? El Toro, maybe, at the Rolling Thunder Hill. I don't know. When I think sharp, I'm thinking like super, like, not parabolic like B&M, but just like Magnum. Magnum has really sharp ones. Good points, Looping Thrills. I think you have some good points. Do I think launch coasters or coasters with a lift hill are better? Lift hills, short answer. So staple or not? Obviously not staple, man. Nope, no stapling. What if I founded a coaster manufacturer? I would hope that I would make some really good rides, plain and simple. So, what do I consider a staple? Just being, stapled to your seat. The bar's down way too low. So, what if Vekoma worked in Svalbard? I don't know. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna end the live stream here, guys. So I want to thank all of you for showing up. It's actually been a really fun live stream. Like I said, I hope all of you are enjoying these more frequent live streams and whatnot. Airtime or inversions, real quick. Airtime, yeah, airtime for me. But yeah, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you whenever. I'll probably do another live stream at some point. Maybe try to play Planet Coaster again. Some people were here for that the other night. That was kind of fun. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to go check out Theme Park ERT and be on the lookout for that podcast I recorded with them. No problem, guys. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, we'll see you guys later. All right. Have a good night. You stay safe and healthy as well. All of you guys stay safe and healthy. I'll see you.